I literally shed tears after watching The Farmer's Bride. I cannot remember the last time a film brought tears into my eyes. This particular film did. Guys, The Farmer's Bride on Netflix is a must watch film. There's just a lot to learn. An amazing cast. Oh my goodness. A Nollywood film, all the way from Film One Studios, they did an incredible job. Straight to the film, less than an hour, 30 minutes film. It was packed with a lot of emotions. There's just so much to learn. The story is so relatable, especially in the African society, in the African context. Now, main when a woman tells you no, believe her. When you want to marry a woman and she disagrees and she doesn't give you the approval, even if her parents have given you the go ahead, please, by all means possible, do not insist. Do not settle down with a woman who has made it categorically clear that she doesn't want to be married to you, that she does not love you. Most times, men do it because of their ego. You know, you want to prove a point, you want to show how powerful you are. Now, take a look at Regina Daniels' situation. She doesn't want to be part of the marriage anymore. But the husband will not let go. Not because of love, but because of his ego. His ego has been bruised. You see, like a lot of people be laughing like, oh, you're not man enough. Look at this man that your wife left you for. Because of wanting to stay with a younger woman who is no longer interested in the marriage. Look at what he's going through. Now, this is exactly what the Farmer's Bride is all about. Now, it shows you the length most women are ready to go to just to prevent their secrets from spilling out. You get, they are ready to kill you. When a woman tells you, I don't want to marry you, when a woman tells you, I do not love you, even when her parents have given their consent, even when her breakfast has been paid, even when their parents call you in law, my brother, flee. Odun had a peaceful home. Odun was a farmer, one of the richest in his community, who was greatly loved and adored by his people, by his workers, by his family, especially the sister-in-law. Now, he was a widower. His wife died with his children, so he was alone. He needed a companion. Granted, he was living with a sister-in-law, the wife of his elder brother. And the wife, Mercy Igbe, who is Morinike, had a son, Fumi. Fume was played by Toby Bakari, right? They had a happy family. Now, Odun wants to remarry. He wishes to remarry. So he sees this beautiful lady from the neighboring village, approaches the father, being a rich man, and parents, with all their greed and love fraud, right? They accepted, knowing fully well that Odun was way older than their daughter. Now, their daughter, who is Fumi, did not agree to it. Now, she said, I want to go to school. I wish to enter the university and get a good job and, make meaning out of my life. I do not wish to marry, and even if I must marry, definitely not a man who is old enough to be my father. But her parents, because of greed, now Odun will give them a plot of land in exchange for her hand in marriage. Can you imagine that? Fathers, parents are ready to sell off their children because of money, because of material things, material possession, at the expense of their daughter's life, at the expense of their daughter's happiness. Now you will see the mother cautioning the young lady, scolding her, why are you angry? Why don't you want to marry this man? Your bride price has already been paid. We have collected your bride price already. A plot of land has been given in exchange for you. You have no choice than to marry this man. This is what is happening in today's African context in our society. Again, Regina Daniel's story is what is popular right now. But a lot of young ladies are dying out there. Some of them have gotten into marriages that they were not even ready for. You hear stories of women, younger girls who get married at the age of 13. You hear the age of 14, the age of 15. Regina Daniel got married at the age of 18. Now look at what is happening to her today. Are you understanding? So it teaches you that greed is not the best. Parents sometimes consider the feelings of your children. Not every time you put money for front. Now she has no choice. She goes out. She's not happy, so she cannot fake the smile, right? So everybody's dancing. Every other person is dancing. They marry her off to the man's village. The next thing, we find the young lady in the bedroom with the husband. Now the husband is trying to claim the wife. You have to like make love and stuff. She is not participating. She does not love the man. And she tells the man straight, I do not love you. I don't wish to marry you. You are too old for me. But you know how men are. When they want you, they want you. Now, to men, women are like, they're like a chase. You know, they are the predators. We are the prey. They're the hunters. When they spot you, they will do everything to get you. So they make out, she's not even participating. The next day she goes to the kitchen, she finds the sister-in-law in there, and you know, she acts like the woman of the house. Now that is already very uncomfortable because baby, this is my home now. Before my husband didn't have a wife, but now he has a wife. But you are all over the place. In-laws, in-laws. When your son gets married, when your brother gets married, move. Allow them some privacy. Give them space to enjoy their marriage. What you will not tolerate in your marital home or in your marriage, why do you want to do the same thing to someone else's? You see today a lot of sister-in-laws, you know, they are literally a ton to their brothers' wives. But now they are the same ones complaining when their own in-laws treat them the same way. Today, our mothers, most women, let me tell you, when you talk to them, they will tell you that they rather marry a man whose mother is dead. Yes, because of the way some mother-in-laws treat their daughter-in-laws like they are not humans. They will maltreat you, they will insult you. Some will go as far as fighting the car seat with you. Others will even open the pot. They will tell you how wretched you were before their son married you. They will call you a witch. And if the heavens is not on your side and you have a problem with conception, oh my goodness, they will call you a man. They will call you a witch. They will say you have eaten all the children in your womb. They might even bring in another woman while you are still there. Encourage their son to throw you out and marry the other person. So a lot of young ladies don't want to be that. So for me, the first area was Monique was not supposed to be there. I agree that you love your brother-in-law so very much, but he's married now. It's no longer your place to cook food for him. Why? Their relationship was too close, and it made the young Fumi very, very uncomfortable. You get now. Fumi is not happy in the marriage. First of all, Monica is all over the place, you know, and then the closeness between her and the husband is questionable. Even I will be very jealous. Are you sure they are just in-laws? There's more to this than meet the eye, right? Now, aside from that, you know, the husband's employees come. They had a tradition. He would often sing to them and he would narrate, like he would tell stories. So they come in like to welcome the wife, and she's not happy. But in the course of that gathering, she's going to make a friend. Her name is Banke. Banke is a young lady, very beautiful woman who will approach the young Fumi and wants to befriend her. Right now, they are friends. Now, Fumi is still not very much happy, but something is about to change. Now, what happens? One day, while at the dinner table, there's a knock at the door. She opens the door, and a fine young man walks into the house. And all of a sudden, the husband is happy. The sister-in-law is happy. What is going on here? Do they know this young man? Guess what? It is the husband's nephew, the son of his elder brother, and the son to his sister-in-law who was present. Now the sister-in-law is dancing, very happy, welcoming the son and all. Now while on the table as they were eating, the young man says, I do not wish to go back to school. School is not for me. I would love to continue with my father's business. My father was a wood maker. I wish to continue. He used to do, I think, carving. That is what I want to become. Now the mother is in pain. We want you to be one of those young men from this village who has a university degree. You are our bragging rights. Again, parents being selfish. They want you to live their dream for them. They do not care about you, your own vision for your life. They don't know what you want to be. They don't care. They just want you to fulfill their dream. You see how most parents are, right? Some of you are doctors not because you wanted to, but your father made you a doctor. I know. Anyways, move on. Now, Fumi is very determined. He said, Mama, that school no enter my head. The mother said, well, you know I'm very good with herbs. Why didn't you tell me? I would have prepared some herbs for you to boost your memory. The young man said, Mommy, I die here. I refuse. Okay, cool. Now, Femi rather is a man. Now, Fumi, the young lady, the new bride, she's taking aback, you know, but she's already crushing. Because mind you, Femi is fine. All the abs and all. Now one day, the next day, Femi is taking his bath in the village river, and guess who goes lurking around? Fumi. She's astonished. She sees, Femi with the abs. Oh, Yoruba said, now wait to be Femi and Fumi. You're not in the worry place. What is it? Anyways, Now, the young Femi has well built a young man in his early 30s. Ooh, this is the man I want for myself. And Femi too now, long throat, sees another fine girl and starts eyeing her. And before you know it, they start kissing and they start having an affair. That is bad. A lot of you young men are into this. Yes, you. You're either sleeping with your brother's wife, your brother's girlfriend, your cousin's wife, your cousin's girlfriend. Some of you go as far as sleeping with your stepmother, your father's wife. Is it fair? Women, vice versa. You're married to a man, you're sleeping with a man's brother. You're sleeping with your in-laws. Yes, you know what you're doing. You're sleeping with your husband's uncle, probably because he has more money. You shouldn't do that. It's unfair. I was disappointed. Why? Because when Femi's father died, Odun, the uncle, the younger brother, took good care of him like he were his own son. Took him and the mother in. Remember, the mother stays with Odun. Like it's not like they're even relate like that they're in-laws. It's more or less like a brother and sister, like they are so close, like they are blood relatives, you see. And then you turn around to sleep with your uncle's wife. Isn't that a very bad thing? Now, they became so much in love, so much so that Femi no longer allowed her husband access to her body. That is a problem. On the other hand, Femi is dating Banky. Remember Banky, the friend to Femi, to Fumi, right? Well, that gorgeous, energetic young lady. She was a girlfriend. Now, Fumi is going to end up advising Femi to break up or cut ties with Banky, and he did exactly that. This young man was so gullible. I don't know what about Fumi made him do the things that he did. Now, in the course of that relationship, Fumi gets pregnant. But now here is the plot. In that village, Femi's mother, being the herbalist, like the wine in the village, they do have a custom and tradition, right? Now, if the husband suspects infidelity, then he has every right to take the wife to that particular river for rituals. So there is a scene where these couples are fighting. The husband claims that the child the wife just gave birth to is not his. The wife maintains that this child is your child. So there's just one way to find out. Let's hear from the gods. So they go to this river, they perform rituals. Now, if the child doesn't come back from the water, if the water swallows the child, it means that the wife cheated or the woman cheated and she'll be stoned alive. But if the child should come back, it means that indeed she was very faithful. That child belongs to the husband. Now, Fumi is by the side. She's watching, she's observing. Now, the wife of that man in question, she was so determined. She maintained, this child is your child. Do whatever you want to do. Now, people have gathered. They want to see. Fortunately for her, she was vindicated. The child came out from the water and everybody celebrated. Now, that is when Fumi asked her sister-in-law, what would have happened if that child was swallowed by the water? And Morinike said she would have been stoned alive. Infidelity is an abomination in this community. Now she's scared. There is a problem. She's pregnant. And now here is the twist. You would think that she'll be happy, isn't it? Because, she's married, right? Well, no. The child does not belong to the husband. It belongs to the husband's nephew, Femi. Now, what will they do? Because if she should give birth to that child, the husband will believe that he is not the biological father. And you already know her fate, isn't it? She's going to be stoned to death. Now, do you think she's going to allow herself to die in such a shameful way? Of course not. So what does she do? Now, she meets Femi, who is very gullible, who does not have a mind of his own. She tells him, baby, do you love me? I do. Now, there is a problem. But the problem has a solution. What is that solution? We have to take your uncle out of the way. Femi is confused. But I can't kill this man. He's been a great father to me. After my father died, he played the role of my father, not even my uncle. And he's highly loved in the village. I can't kill my father. And Fumi asks him, so is it me? Or you want me to be stoned alive, Abi? You have to decide. Besides, if your uncle dies now, right, you are going to be given an opportunity. You will inherit his property, and you equally have the opportunity to inherit me and our unborn child. Now, Femi gives in, And together, they poisoned his uncle and he died. Oh my God. I was sad. No man should die that way. Odun is a good man. Uh, a very good looking man, if you ask me. Very well. Oh, a man be fine. A great sugar daddy. I mean, he's good looking. Look at the house. He has so much money. He's not just even about the money. It's the way he cared for this young lady. It's the way he cared for the wife. It's the way he cared for his workers. It's the way he cared for the community. You see, he didn't deserve that. But now he was poisoned. After eating the food, he went to check his farms. He's making rounds, having conversation with his employees, only for him to scream, holding the stomach. Before they knew it, boom, he slumps, he falls, and he dies. Film never hurt me so. I literally cried as though it's reality. But bro, this is film, it's fictional, but I felt it. I want to give a shout out to the directors Adebayo and Jack Kenneth for the beautiful job. Shout out to Film One Studios. Mercy Igbe. Oh, this is the third film that I'm watching, and your performances have always wowed me. My goodness me. She literally covered this film. Like she was the bag. Oh, you have to watch The Farmer's Bride. It's a must. I want to give a shout out to Toby Bakary. The first time I saw this young man was when I think he starred in Big Brother Nigeria. And ever since then, it's been back-to-back winnings for him. And his performance was amazing. All of them did so well. There is nothing bad about this film. I think the only part where I did not like, I felt like the directors, they made an error. When Banky walked into Femi and Fumi, they were discussing, right? Now, Fumi was saying that how can you be cheating on me with Banky? Remember, I killed my husband because of you. So Banky now walked into that conversation and she was like, oh, so you killed your uncle. Why you killed your husband? And while they were still arguing, and Femi was trying to explain to Banky that no, this is not what you heard. Let me explain. Fumi picks one of the carving stools and hits Banky on the head, and she died. So now they had to conceal, they had to hide her. They carried her dead body to the river. And you could see Fumi holding a lantern or holding a lamp. Let's be honest, that place was well lit. You cannot tell me that the light that we saw, the quantity of light that we saw was being produced by that lantern. Come on, for me, was the lighting was not well lit, to fit that timing. Are you understanding me? Yeah, that was the only thing. You would have given me that, but you did not. Aside from that particular little mistake, honey, there was nothing else wrong with the film. Beautiful. I love the cast. Very short film. The cast very small and tight, straight to the point. I learned so much about the Yoruba culture. And please, to the Yorubas, you have to promote your hairstyle. Oh, if you look at the different hairstyles Fumi had in this film, you'll be like, this hairstyles need to go viral. Now, you guys have the Nigerian or the Lagos Fashion Week. Take it there. I want to see enough with the wigs, honey. Enough with the ball straight, enough with the Vietnamese, enough with the baby hairs. Give me those original hairstyles. Her hairstyles were so good. You have to sell that. Now, back to the story. When Odun falls and dies, I was so sad, right? Now, Fumi is back home. She is crying or pretending to be crying. And then the sister is like, something is not right. You never loved your husband, Something, my brother-in-law was very fine. We talk about everything. He has never hidden something from me. If you were sick, he would have told me. How come all of a sudden he dies? No. I'm sure you had something to do with it. And then for me, it's like, you think I don't know, you've always had an eye on my husband. You wanted my husband for yourself. You loved my husband more than you loved your own husband. You were in love with your brother-in-law. So she slaps her. There's this back and forth. Now, the uncles finally come in, and just like how she had predicted, that Femi, if you were to join me in killing my husband, your uncle, the next line of action will be, your uncles were going to give you the opportunity to remarry me. Now, you will not just inherit all his landed properties and possessions, you'll equally be given an opportunity to marry me. Now, don't you think that will make us very close and tighter? And nobody will have any reason to suspect us, right? And exactly that is what happened. Now the elders came in, they asked Femi, you are now the next of kin. Do you equally wish to marry your uncle's wife? He said yes. Now he did not even waste any time. I mean, the mother was like, this math is not mathing. The way you just agreed, are you sure? So she was suspecting. Anyways, now Fumi would not even allow the villagers to mourn. Tongues were already wagging. She gave them more reasons to talk about. She'll go around, visit the husband's plot with a new husband, flaunting. She didn't show any remorse. She didn't show like she just lost her husband. No money, no grieving, absolutely nothing. Very well. Months down the line, she's heavily pregnant. She and Femi, they're still having an amazing relationship. But now, on the other hand, Femi's mother, the sister-in-law to Odun, the herbalist, she was like, something is wrong. So she goes to Odun's grave and cries out and says, you have to avenge your death. I know somebody killed you. Whosoever killed you should not live to tell the tale. Make sure that you avenge, go for your killers. If unless you knew that the killers were her own, her own son and the sister-in-law, and who is now the daughter-in-law, right? Now, I was waiting. I thought, the man is going to wake up with a cane. He's going to wake up, with a knife and trouble them. But he was silent for a very long time. The pregnancy grew. They had a good relationship until Banky resurfaced. Now, you remember Banky now, the old, the girlfriend at that time. So she comes back. She's now a well-known, a renowned, and a successful, not just a photographer, but a model as well. Now, she comes back. She tells the family, like she's narrating. I mean, she's boasting. Women very petty. So she's telling the, oh, this is what I've become, and narrating her success and her achievement. And then she brings gifts. She brings gifts for me. She brings gifts for Muri Neke, that is Femi's my mother, right? Everybody's happy. And now, they say, oh, broom, know all the corners of the house. Banky is still very much in love with Femi. And she says, I understand you're married now to Fumi, your uncle's wife, but before I left this village, you were still my man. And I miss you. Now, they meet in that wooden shop and they go down. Now, Fumi, who is very intelligent, she already knows that something is up. My husband, doesn't treat me like he used to before. He now shouts at me. Even with my condition, he still allows me to work. But my first husband, Odun, would not allow me work. He treated me like a queen. But this one doesn't really care about me. And that is how they started having problems. She is crying. She meets Femi. She's complaining. Femi said, I gave you everything you wanted. You wanted me to kill my uncle. I did. I've given you the security that you wanted. You are now my wife. You're now safe. Nobody's going to question the paternity of this child. So what then is your problem? Allow me live my life. Now he goes around flaunting Banky, and the people say your husband is entitled to more than one wife, so he can as well marry Banky. What is your problem then? Now Fumi would not have that. The mother hears of it and decides to pay the daughter a visit and says, my daughter, this will not happen. Now together they journey to a herbalist in the neighboring village, and he gives her a charm and tells her, if you love your husband, do not use it. But if you do not, then you can use it. She goes home. She prepares a meal. The Femi tells her, oh, you want to kill me, Abi? The same thing you did to my uncle, you think you can do it to me. So he no longer eats her food. He comes home late. He does as he pleases. He's always with Banky. He does not really care about the wife. He doesn't touch the wife. And he's now beginning to have nightmares. Things are beginning to, things were no longer the same. Now, days later on, this young man goes to his farm to check his farm products, and fire burns one of them. He is sad. He's devastated. But before that, he saw his uncle. His uncle appeared to him. He knew that, okay, karma is real. My uncle means business with me. So he's devastated. He has lost his farmland, his farm produce and everything. He's mourning. Banky, as usual, comes to, to cheer him up and everything, and voila. Now, to conclude, when Fumi realized that Banky had been killed, that she killed Banky, together with her husband Femi, they had to throw her into the river. She knows that Femi is not going to forgive her for that. So what is her next line of action? She decides to make use of that substance which was given to her by the native doctor. Now she poisons the husband's food. At that time, the husband is already grieving. His farm got burnt. All the product, I think it's yam or something, got burnt, right? The girlfriend or the mistress, she's dead. They killed her. They buried her. So he's devastated. Like, what else do I have to lose? So At that time, he had already thrown caution to the wind, and he was not even thinking that the wife is going to do that again, because the only obstacle at that moment was Banky. Banky was no longer in the picture, so he did not think that the wife would think of killing him. Now the wife presents a very delicious plate, and he digs in. He's enjoying. All of a sudden, he's coughing. Now it got dawned on him that, bro, what they did to my uncle, what this woman did to the husband, she's doing it to me now. And he's on the floor. He's coughing and choking. She calls, she's giving him water. No, my husband drink. What's happening? What? The mother at the other end is sleeping. She gets this bad dream. She wakes up. She's like, something is not right. But unfortunately, before she could get to them, they both died. Now, how did they die? When Femi realized that the wife had poisoned him, he confronted her, even with that pain. Or even in that pain, he said, oh, so you want to kill me, Abi? We are going to die together. So while he was still in so much pain, he grabbed her on the neck and started strangling her. Now the uncle appears and just staring at the both of them. For me, I thought the uncle was going to pardon the young man, but man, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. So they struggled and he died, and the wife died as well. The mother walks in minutes later on to find both the son and the daughter-in-law heavily pregnant, lifeless on the floor. And she cries out. And ladies and gentlemen, I saw myself shedding tears. I cannot remember the last time a film got me so emotional. That film, it's amazing. I want to give a shout out to Nollywood. I want to give a shout out to the producers. I want to give a shout out to the cast, the crew. You guys did an incredible job. We want to see more films like this. Nigerian, this is advancement. The Farmer's Bride is that film that I do recommend. It's a 10 on 10 for me. Beautiful story, so relatable. A lot of lessons to be learned. You're going to see betrayal, And please, men, once again, I'm going to reiterate. When a young lady tells you no, believe her. Don't say, oh, you're going to fall in love in the course of the marriage. No. When a woman does not love you, she does not love you. When a woman tells you to your face that I don't love you, believe her. There's nothing like she's going to learn to love me with time. No, especially these rich men, these powerful men who feel like money is everything. Money can make a woman love them. Money is going to make a woman submit. No. Regina Daniels is there with Ned now. They're now on each other's throat, fighting back and forth. Please, parents, your children are not your cash cow, especially the daughters. You have to respect them. Enough with the early marriages, you get me? And women, when you don't love your husbands, please, killing them is not the best way possible. And you do not have to sleep with, even if you must cheat on your husband, do it elsewhere. You never see pussy shit. A cat will never shit around the house. Jamais. They go very, very far. That's what you should do. I mean, you committed an incest. Why would you that was meant to be your brother-in-law. Why would you drag your brother-in-law into the mess? And men, young boys, young men, stay away from any of your relatives' wives, be it your father's wife, your brother's wife, your cousin's wife, your sister's husband. Women, young ladies, you're living with your auntie, you're sleeping with the husband, you're eyeing the husband. You're living with your sister, you're eyeing the husband. The moment the man makes an advance towards you or advances towards you, you have to tell your sister. If you cannot tell your sister, you have to warn him. You have to leave the house. A lot of you are sleeping with your sister's husband. That is so unfair. You have to stop that. So this is the morality you're going to learn. You couldn't learn love. You learn deceit. There's just so much. It's a beautiful film. And I'm going to give it a 9.7 on 10. Like I said, my only problem was the lighting in that particular scene. Aside from that, beautiful. I love it. Now, if you've watched the film, let me hear your take in the comment section. What do you make of it? What is your own review? What did you learn from the film? And who was your favorite on the film? If you haven't watched the film, well then, what are you waiting for, honey? Go and check it out. The Farmer's Bride is going to give you value for your time, value for your data. And you come back to thank me. I am Choma Ayomide, darling younger. Bye. Mwah.